How's the market? Austin, Texas, real estate, October 2024. Let's go. All right, let's jump into the raw data from what's been going on in the real estate market in Central Texas. Now, very often I get asked the question, Paulie, how's the market? What's going on? So we're gonna answer those questions on buying and selling and investing in Central Texas and what's been going on since the new year in Travis County and Williamson County. So let's jump right into the data. Now, behind me, behind you, is the Wall of Fame. Now, all the data since the new year that's accumulated from Austin Board of Realtors. Now, again, we accumulate this data from Austin Board of Realtors. However, it only trends annually. So it doesn't really tell you what's happening month over month, which could be the true indicator of understanding momentum or the market stalling. And so that's why I think it's so important to be able to get data from somebody who's tracking the market on a month-to-month basis. Someone who's listing homes every day, working with buyers and investors every single month to understand what's really going on. Okay, so let's jump into the Travis County data. Travis County is more of the central metro area, the hill country moving towards Lake Travis. And so interestingly enough, Travis County is up 6% since the new year. We're in November. I know we haven't done November numbers yet, but we're tracking October numbers, 6%. So it's kind of been a little up, little down. The beginning of the year, we were at 478,000 for a median price point in Travis County. As of October, 510,000. So up 6%, tracking pretty similarly to what happened last year. Travis County was around 5%, depending on the area, but overall 5% up last year. So last year up 5%. This year looks like it's gonna be single digits again. Remember, we peaked May 2022, so 23 a single digit, 24 a single digit. Real estate cycles run in 3 to 5 year cycles. So we could be on the cusp of finishing this volatility. We're already, stability. We had volatility. We moved towards stability, 23 and 24. Now, where are we headed? I'll get to that towards the end, but Travis County up 6%. Now, the new listings are down a couple hundred homes. Active listings are down 300 homes. Pending sales are about even. And so obviously we see less properties coming to market, less active listings in the winter months. However, demand, pending sales, about the same. And I've been preaching this to all the investors that I talk with, even the homeowners who are thinking, should I wait until after the new year? Look, the answer is no, because in January, February, buyer activity falls off dramatically, like 30 to 40% in regards to buyer activity. We're seeing pending sales be similar to September numbers for Travis County. So less homes on the market, demand stays the same, supply begins to go down. Overall, we've seen that in Williamson and Travis County, 13,000 homes, used to be closer to 16,000. Could be a good opportunity in regards to home sales, selling your home. Less competition, same buyer demand. Okay, average days on market last month was in Travis County. Last month was 80 days. We're down 7 days, down a full week. That's nice. Properties are selling faster. And hey, that's good news because that number takes into account all the properties that had to lower their price when they didn't get the price right first. And so I have to preach from my soapbox here and say, hey, look, if you have your price right, around $1 million or less, your property should sell in 30 to 45 days, period, point blank. And if that's not happening, you knew that getting started and you convinced your realtor to start higher, or you didn't know that and you didn't have the right conversation to understand what was important in regards to pricing strategy, because hey, nobody buys bruised bananas. They want the fresh fruit. And so you need to be fresh with that price point because nobody shops for overpriced items. And you don't want to be that guy chasing down the market. I had a guy last year, told him where to list, 1.4. He wanted to list at 1.6. He was highly motivated. I don't normally take properties that overpriced, but man, I had to beat him up for months to be able to bring down the price because ultimately the market was slipping a little bit in the higher price point, specifically where he was. Bottom line is that if he would have listed at 1.4, he would have sold in the time frame that I knew it would have taken to sell that property, 30 to 60 days. And so ultimately he ended up selling that property for $125 and literally lost hundreds of thousands of dollars if he had just followed the advice of a professional. So hey, look, I know you want to make the most money possible, and I know also that you should be vetting on if you're talking to a professional and how professional that professional is, because some people can sound like they're professional, but do they have the data and the wherewithal to interpret the data to make sure that you're getting the information that you need so that you can make the most money possible? Okay, let's move to Williamson County. Williamson County numbers, $420,000 for the month of October. At the beginning of the year, January, $429,000. So we're down just a little bit. And by the way, that's what happened last year. Tracking for 2023 is that Williamson County, I think they were up plus 3% or 2%, but they just moved a little bit, looking like similar numbers for 2024. So 2023 also for Williamson County, some stability. 2024 looking like more stability. Where's the market going? All right, hang on, I'm gonna get to that because let's take a look at numbers for new listings. Even, just about even. When I say even, less than 100 usually from the prior month, from September to October, because again, I do this data because the Austin Board of Realtors, where this data comes from, tracks year over year. It's important to find out what's going on month over month. So last month for Williamson County, data was about even for new listings, active listings, about even, pending sales, about even. We're seeing stability across the board, and as opposed to Travis County, which saw pending sales even, but active new listings down. And so even across the board for Williamson County. Interestingly enough though, average days on market, 65 days. That's down 7 days, just like Travis County for Williamson County. So properties are selling faster. And so this is a good time to sell because January and February are the slowest months, right in sequence. January is the slowest month of the year in regards to sales. February is right behind it, number 2. All right, so because when we're talking about how's the market, well, hey, Travis and Williamson County are showing us numbers that the market is relatively stable. And we've now experienced almost 24 months of stability from the peak of May 2022 until December of 2022, when we were experiencing a significant level of volatility. And so that's good news. 2 years of relative stability, a little bit of appreciation. Now, should I sell my home right now? All right, let's jump into that before we get into whether you should buy right now, because selling is, I think, something that's subjective on your position. Do you need to sell? Do you have to sell? Because if you're waiting for March and you need to sell in March, you may have lost some value or certainly some momentum, because I told you January and February are the slower months. Now, March and April are typically the months where we see the biggest jumps of activity in regards to appreciation historically, okay? Anything could happen, but March, April months are the months where we see the biggest bumps in appreciation. Why? Because we see April and May closings moving upwards pretty stereotypically every year. So March, April then would be the months where you see the biggest bumps. June, July, not bad, but you know, in June towards July, things begin to slow down as people really lean into vacations. We see a little bit of a slowdown. August too, not fantastic. If you're going to take advantage of the next year, then look, March, April, May, that's the hot zone, baby. You gotta get in on those months, or it could be a roll of the dice in regards to how much money you can get. And oh, by the way, look, more people lose money. I've seen it with investors year after year across different markets, stock market, like even the pros can't predict the market. And so when is a good time to sell for you? When it's right for you. If you can't wait until March or April, look, get going and have the right strategy to make sure that you sell within a 30 to 45 day time frame to maximize the sale of your property. Now, you're not just gonna be able to put a sign in the yard and pray that it sells. You need somebody who's going to maximize that sale with a strategy that allows you to have the most amount of eyeballs on that property and who can maximize the negotiation process, because that's where you win or lose. Not a lot of people talk about that. how to maximize my ability to negotiate a better deal. You could lose 3 to 5 to 10% in the negotiation process because you got somebody who hasn't had that many listings, or is a little bit newer to the market, or maybe a service company that services mass quantities of listings at an extremely low or flat price and doesn't have the negotiation skills to defend your money. They can't defend their money. How are they going to defend your money? So think twice on people that say they're going to do it for a very low price or a flat fee because maybe they haven't really done that much business and they're desperate. Maybe they have another job. Maybe you're just another number to them. Look, I don't know, I've been around a while, but you get what you pay for. You know that. Okay, all right, so should I buy right now? Because selling could be subjective, as is buying a home is subjective in regards to timing. Certainly you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you date the rate and it's a temporary buy down and it could be detrimental later because you can't afford the payment after it goes up. Saw a lot of that back in Vegas and in the Sunbelt states in 2008, 9, and 10, 11 when people got an affordable rate and it was an adjustable rate mortgage. Now I know that's not happening right now. No doc loans are not happening right now, but look, if you're dating the rate and you're waiting to see what, and you're hoping for better days down the road, and you may not be able to afford that payment if it goes to 8 or 9. Is it gonna go to 8 or 9, Paulie? Hey, look, I don't know. I don't think so. Feds are rating to bring it back down. Next Fed meeting, they're supposed to cut the rates and come back. But look, you shouldn't be putting yourself in a situation where you're gambling or rolling the dice on affordability with a property. And so making sure that you have a loan scenario you're comfortable with financially. And look, there's plenty out there. New homes are bending over backwards, especially this time of year where they're trying to get properties off their books. And we're seeing even lenders do buy downs where you could have a 4 or a 5% interest rate. That's right, people. It's happening on ways institutions are getting creative to help you win in real estate. But who are you having conversations with? What resources are you able to tap into? That's why it's important to be in the right relationships so that you can figure out how to get what you want in the time frame you want it. There are awesome buying opportunities out there. Properties that are sitting on the market a longer period of time, and you'll need a professional to figure out, is this something I can take advantage of, versus just blindly wandering around the market, aiming and shooting at whatever that you think might be something to attack when you could be wasting weeks or months without the insight, the inside market information that a professional may be able to provide for you to be able to get a better deal, to negotiate a better deal, and having a conversation with the listing agent, understanding what's going on with the seller's position so that you can take advantage of the market. And look, hey, winter months, nobody wants to move during the winter months. So if there's homes on the market and you're able to get a little bit more information on this possibly being a home that you could take advantage of in the negotiation process, this could be a great deal for you. I've had sellers who were willing to compromise a little bit more because they needed to cash out, because they didn't want to list their property during the winter months. They didn't expect their property to be vacant for 2 months when they had it for rent, and so they need to move this property. And the moral of the story, folks, here is that there are opportunities here, whether you're a buyer or a seller, to be able to get a great deal. Whether you're selling your home or you're looking for a great home, the deals are out there. So hey, stay tuned. I'm excited to hear about how this end of the year ties up. And oh, by the way, we specialize in off-market properties for you buyers or investors who are looking for properties. And for you sellers, we have 6 different options to be able to sell your home and create a multiple offer scenario, to create cash offers, even at market value. Okay, so that you can have an array, a menu, if you will, of what should I do to sell my home. As most professionals approach you with just one option or one thing that they know, my mission is to create creative solutions so that you can win in real estate, utilizing all of the experience and knowledge that I've gotten over the last 20 years over 2 different states. Hey, Vision Realty Group, your vision is my mission.